Hey you guys, it's Adonyss illusion, the illusion that causes confusion. And this is going to be my Dragula Boulay Brothers Season 3 review. I'm going to review every episode. And you guys are going to love it. Alright, so we just watched a scary vintage horror skit. Shout out to Cornbread Jate. And now they have this Addams Family style intro, which I love. And I guess they got a whole theater. They rented out a whole theater this time. All right. So now they're on stage. The Boulay brothers are on stage with these beautiful gray ponytails from, I think, Wig Takeout. I'm trying to put my finger on where they got these wigs. And they have all the girls on the stage with their backs turned to us. I remember the last two seasons they had them take a burlap sack off their head or come out of a body bag. I feel like that would have been cool, but whatever. It's their show and not mine. So now they're telling the girls what they're going to expect out of them during the season and saying all of their abilities will be tested, their mental strength will be tested, and if they snatch the crown, they'll win a $25,000 grand prize. These girls look so cute with these ponytails. These ponytails are not a game. Alrighty. So now they're about to announce the girls. The goals. The goals. They're saying you're gonna face inner demons and all that. Virtually, they're doing this for, like, dramatic effect, which I love. Dramatic effect is always good. Up first, they announce Madeline Hatter. She's a feisty New York queen, mother of Victoria Elizabeth Black. They start talking about how long she's done drag and if it'll be a hindrance to her in this competition. I don't understand how it could be. Then they announce Landon Cider. Landon Cider is an awesome drag king with a large following, amazing drag, performs in San Diego at Dreamgirls with Chad Michaels. Up next, they have Violencia ! Funny, campy, conceptual, colorful girl that I like a lot. Then they announce Priscilla Chambers. And Priscilla Chambers is a Southern grunge queen. And she's they've already given her a lot of screen time as far as confessionals and talking head. Now we have Yovska. Yovska is a dobby-eared anime troll conceptual girl. Now we have Dahlia Black, Victoria Black's drag daughter. She's sexy, neon, drag ghoul. She's definitely here to compete. Up now, we have St. Lucia. St. Lucia is a beautiful black man with basic looks, basic wigs, but she's beautiful. Then they announce Hollow Eve. She's a very intense performer. She loves bugs, gore, tits, moss, and staples. So they're asking her if maybe, just maybe, people can say she's just a performer that wears too much makeup and not a drag performer. And then up next, they announced Eva Destruction. Eva Destruction, I know that she auditioned for Drag Race several times. She clowns around. She's very quiet in the dressing room. I've been there. And then there's Maxi Glamour, and she's, I don't know, the queen of polka, and she's a drag demon. She likes baklava and shit, which I get, that's cute. Then we have Louisiana Purchase. She looks super basic and lackluster. I don't know, man. I don't know. So that's all the girls. Yeah, that's really all the girls. That's awesome. So their first their first mini extermination challenge, Madeline Hatter wins a 7-night vacay, and Landon has to eat a chalice full of live spiders. After they virtually had them all walk up, pick a compact, and when they checked inside the compact, if there was a star in the compact, then you won this fucking vacation. And if there was spiders in the compact, then you had to eat the chalice of spiders. And of course, Landon had the chalice of spiders to eat. So now Landon is eating these spiders. They're mostly going all over his body. Yeah, I would definitely live for this challenge. If they found some bugs that are not venomous and not fucking gonna eat me or anything, then I'm gonna eat the shit. If I die, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna say I'd sue, but if I die, bitch, it's gonna be a problem. There's plenty of grass to roll around in. So then they announced the first main challenge, and the first main challenge is going to be become a supervillain. They go back to the dressing room, get to know each other. Madeline asked everybody, she says, I want to get to know you guys. Tell me more about you. And then as soon as people start talking about themselves, Madeline finds it necessary to start brushing a wig out and being shady and not listening to shit. So immediately we're like, oh, this Madeline girl's gonna be a fucking problem. She's a total fucking bitch. I guess even Eva Destruction knows about Madeline's reputation and that she's a bitch. And Louisiana is talking a light little bit of trash about Maxi Glamour and how she likes baklava and polka. And I'm like, bitch, if a queen is trying to celebrate culture, what in the world would you down her for that? But whatever. Louisiana Purchase's culture is PVC and yeah, we'll see. We will PVC what Louisiana Purchase actually brings to the bucket table. Dahlia, of course, has to bring up her legacy, which is, it's a legacy. I mean, legacies are important, especially on these damn shows. There is Hollow Eve. She says she's a post-binary drag socialist with a penchant for anarchy. And of course, Dahlia Black. Dahlia Black is seeming like a big talking head of the season too. They give her a lot of, she's the reactionary girl. If someone says something, they're probably gonna cut to Dahlia Black reacting to it in the confessionals. So yeah, of course, Dahlia said it makes no sense. And Hollow Eve's talking about how she performs to Bjork and creeps out of shit, which is cute. I performed alongside Hollow Eve at this cool straight bar in Old Town area. It was pretty awesome that night. Except for the drinks were so fucking expensive. If I could think of that bar right now, I'd be like, bitch, if you're ever on a budget, steer clear of that bar, darling. Oh yeah, I forgot this chair makes noise. So Hollow Eve is having Madeline Hatter pull a staple out of her face. And she says if I was drunk or more hydrated, I would be bleeding right now. And that was fucking hilarious to me. So then Hollow Eve is stapling Madeline Hatter. Yovska, of course, Yovska's actually shady. She's got something to say about a lot of stuff. So she says that Hollow Eve is stapling Madeline Hatter's arm. Hopefully next she'll do her mouth. And that was fucking hilarious. I love a plethora of personalities coming together and then seeing how they all bounce off of each other. That's always a fucking treat. That's another reason why I love these reality shows. So Yovska calls Madeline Madeline, and Madeline gets way too bent out of shape about it. And she says Yovska's from Canada, she's not stupid, she knows English. She says, don't act like Canada's a whole nother country or something. And I'm like, okay. So we just let her have that. So Priscilla calls Dahlia fishy and says that might be a problem for her. And Hollow Eve says that Priscilla dropped a fish bomb and that it's highly disrespectful to women. She said you don't get to take somebody's body part and talk about what it's like when it's not pH balanced or it's sick, whether or not a woman passes or not, or a trans woman passes. Oh my gosh. Then Priscilla Chambers says, well damn, Hollow Eve just served me up on a fish platter. Fucking hilarious. Well, darn. I'm gonna have to beep out some of this stuff. So they're all going around wondering who's gonna go home first, and majority of the room says Saint, because she is wearing a basic dress and a basic wig and a little headdress, but she did glue a jewel to her chest and her tattoos look really cool. So I don't know. I do not know. Come what may for Saint Lucia. Oh, even Violencia exclamation point felt like she had to come for St. Lucia and her look. And Dahlia said, when the girl that's dressed in the donuts tells you that your drag is falling short, that's when you have to worry. So you can tell that Dahlia's fucking funny and shady. So then St. Lucia says, I haven't been doing drag for that long, but you've been doing drag forever, Madeline, so look at what you're wearing. And Louisiana says, on that note, why don't we get to work? So Dahlia says she's gonna have horns, maybe be a different color. Violencia says that her villain look is gonna be a play on the meat industry, one of the biggest villains in the world as we know it. Yovska says she's always related to monsters because growing up she was bullied and she felt like a monster of sorts. And that is pretty sad. She opened up the emotional place in my dark, dark heart. And it's quite a big place because I get emotional often. Right. So Priscilla says that she's going to do America because America's the biggest monster in the world right now. And Priscilla says she's gonna dress up as Trump. She says, but she might not dress up as Trump because she wouldn't want to disappoint her kin, which means her family back home. So I guess she wants to dress up as Trump, but she has to ask her Trump supporting family members back home first. So I can't. So we'll see if she comes in with this Trump look or not. If she doesn't have a damn Trump look, then that means she called home to the trailer park and they said, no, don't talk about Trump. Trump is our hero. So I guess the first extermination, they're all trying to figure out what the first extermination challenge is going to be after this. And St. Lucia says that she's nervous because she doesn't have much money and she's a little less seasoned and she had a $500 budget to get to the show, period. So that's interesting. She says she's always been a fan of Priscilla Chambers, and Priscilla Chambers has a light little crush on St. Lucia out of drag, so yeah. That's interesting for you. For you to care if your Trump supporting family would mind you dressing up as Trump, but then for you not to care if they see you expressing attraction towards the one black contestant this season. I mean, one of the two black contestants this season. I'm like, yeah, you should have just dressed up as Trump. Readjusting and readjusting. That's better. So now on Dragula, they're doing this thing where they ring the alarm and say that the floor show is starting before it's actually starting. They just do this to scare the girls. And I'm like, that is not cute to me. Honestly, that would make me not trust the actual alarm when it actually goes off, and just be mad. That would make me start rushing certain things, and that would not be cute at all. So the Belay brothers are dressed in these cute, like, caged headdress type things. Oh. As soon as I started putting my makeup on, my nose started wanting to run. I'm like, we don't have time for this today. So I threw this makeup on anyway, honey. They have these headdress type caged head things going on. And comic book writer Phil Jimenez is a guest judge. And they also have Fifi O'Hara as a guest judge. Since she dabbles in a bit of cosplay. Now the floor show begins. This is a good floor show. The budget is out of this world. For the floor show, Yovska black leather ears with an actual makeup look, which was beautiful. St. Lucia was giving me a female daredevil tee. Eva Destruction gave a Maleficent hella look. Madeline looked like a basic She-Hulk with an unstyled triple stacked wig. Violencia's look was amazing, well made, and well thought out. Priscilla's look was a Tank Girl tee. I guess she called home and her Trump supporting family back home was like, no, that's not gonna work. I guess she was advised not to portray Trump. Maxi Glamour was a cardboard piccolo. Louisiana Purchase gave basic unpadded Purchase gave basic unpadded dominatrix tees. I'm sorry. Some of these girls are probably gonna watch this and be like, what does this bitch know? Dahlia Black slayed in every way. Her transformation was amazing. Landon looked backwards, but still sexy to me. And that's what it's all about, right? Landon, you sexy beast, you. Aloe's look was basic, but I loved the staples and the rubber bands connected to the staples. The top three was Dahlia, Eva, Priscilla. And the bottom three was Violencia, Maxie, and Louisiana. Oh. But some people have to go home first, honestly. Gotta be honest. Let's get straight down to it. The extermination challenge was to skydive out of a plane. Once they got to the skydiving site, they got all dressed in their skydiving costumes, her and Maxie, and they get into the plane, and Violencia keeps saying, "This is so scary, this is so scary," and she ends up getting off the plane, and she gives Maxie her blessing and says, "You gotta kill this girl, you got this, I love you," and she hops off the plane. And yeah, honestly, I've never flown in a plane before, so it's kind of a fear for me. So I don't even know if I would have made it through that shit, honestly. I don't know if I would have made it through that challenge. So, ugh. So yeah, Violencia is walking, I guess, in this random lot, and her death is someone bludgeoning her with a ballpoint hammer like Candy had in Pose. Shout out to Candy. Pose FX. What would Candy do? Because Violencia got bludgeoned with this ballpoint hammer, and then they soaked her body in a vat of acid. And I love that part. That part was freaking amazing. Alrighty, y'all. That was my review of Boulet Brothers Dragula, Season 3, Episode 1. Thank you guys so much for watching.